Yes, here, 6:49 is the time. We just brought you a press conference between President Obama and British Prime Minister David Cameron. They're holding a joint news conference right now in Brussels, all part of the G7 summit. We'll have more on that coming up this morning. But for now, and new this morning, General Motors CEO Mary Barra says an investigation into GM's massive recall found a pattern of incompetence and neglect. Barra also says 15 individuals deemed to have acted inappropriately are no longer with GM. The automaker hired a former U.S. attorney to look into why it took GM more than a decade to recall 2.5 million cars with faulty ignition switches. According to GM, the problem has been tied to 13 deaths. But safety officials say there could be more. That switch problem was reportedly discovered 10 years ago in 2004, but no recalls were issued until this year, and the company has already agreed to pay a $35 million fine. And it looks like America's biggest homes are getting even bigger these days. The average size of homes built last year hit an all-time high of 2,600 square feet. During the housing bubble years, homes averaged 2,400 square feet. And according to a new census, experts say one reason is the rich are getting richer and buying bigger houses seems to make sense. Meantime, first-time home buyers are having more trouble getting mortgages and are heavily in debt in some cases. Elsewhere, Sprint is reportedly planning to buy T-Mobile for $32 billion. The merger would combine the nation's third and fourth largest wireless phone operators, but talks are not complete and that deal could still fall apart. And Instagram is giving its users more options these days. The photo sharing app is adding editing tools that go beyond its vintage-looking filters. Users will now be able to adjust the brightness and contrast of photos they take with their smartphones. The new tools are available after downloading the newest version of Instagram 6.0 on Android or Apple phones. Instagram has 200 million users right now. And the world's stock markets might get a little bit of a kick out of the upcoming World Cup in Brazil. The tournament, which begins next week, will host 32 countries hoping to take home the trophy. Historically, the winning nation's stock market gets a big boost from the victory there. Goldman Sachs found of the last 10 World Cup winners, all but one had a winning streak in their financial markets.